On va maintenant passer à notre prochaine entrepreneur, Christine Chenard, qui est la propriétaire de Happy Yak. Alors, je l'invite dès maintenant à nous présenter son histoire et son entreprise.
Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour Madame la Ministre, Madame Ben Dayan, et à toutes les personnes ici présentes. My name is Christine, and I'm really happy today to present you our company. And why and when we started Happy Yak and Active Foods. My background is in nutrition. I have a master's degree in nutrition, and for 18 years I was the director of the sensory marketing studies at Centec, which is a research center in St. Hyacinthe. Throughout the years, for the last more than 25 years, I'm quite an outdoorsy person. I've done many expeditions, either in rock or ice climbing, mountaineering, canoeing, everything that brought me outside, I was glad to be there. In '94, I was approached by a friend who asked me to organize the food logistic and prepare the food for someone, a friend of hers, who was a well-renowned explorer, Bernard Voyer. And he was going to the North Pole. And so we started to, I prepared the food and calculated the calories he needed, him and his friend. And after that, he lived with the conferences he did. So my name started to go around the expedition world. So from 1994, I've been doing what I'm doing right now, but on the side during weekends or during evening. A lot of people were asking me to start the company, but I knew way too much how many hurdles and challenges there would be ahead of me, and I was not ready. But then I'm always, from my younger years, I always work with a 7-year plan. I don't know why 7 years, but I knew in advance what I would like to do. I would know at least what I didn't want to pursue in 7 years. So in 2005, I did a sabbatical, and I planned that in 2012, I would stop working for Centec. I didn't know what I would do, but it was planned ahead. In the fall of 2011, I still did not know what to do. So I said, okay, if I sell, I had this land, if I sell this part of land, I will have a little bit of money. So maybe it will be good. And it was sold within a month. So I said, okay, that's nice, but I still don't know what to do. So in December 23, someone called me from the University of Chicoutimi and asked me to do a course which was called Nutrition and Gastronomie en plein air, which is gastronomy and nutrition in outdoor situation. I said, that's perfect for me. But December 23, I couldn't, Centec was closed. So I said, give me some weeks. And for 3 months, I did both jobs. I did Centec, and over the weekend, I worked at the university, going back and forth from St. Hyacinthe and Chicoutimi and Saint Julie. So it was quite a challenge, but yeah. And one of my best friends, who is now my associate, said, you really, really have to start your company. I will help you. And I said, you're really, really crazy, you know. And he said, okay, we'll start slow. We'll start a small business. I said, oh, that's nice. We're about 50 years old. We'll do a part-time job, 3 days a week. That would be nice. But now I never work as much as I as that. So the plan changed after a while. But we combine our expertise and experience together, and we started Les Aliments Actifs and Happy Yak. Actually, the company is called Les Aliments Actifs or Active Foods because we planned that it would not be just for the outdoor activities. What we do, Happy Yak is the brand name of our food products, our meals. So what is a Happy Yak actually is we create and produce and sell freeze-dried meals, wholesome meals. There are, well, it's not because it's my company, but we have many comments that says it's the best food around in the freeze-dry area. We're the only Canadian company that do this type of products, and we sell throughout Canada now. Our first market with Happy Yak was the outdoor market because that's a market I knew and Guy also knew because we're, as I said earlier, we were quite active fan for the outdoor activities. So our first market, and it's still our first market, is to sell food to the adventurer, the outdoor lover, anyone that actually wants to do outdoor activities. But nowadays, what we notice, and mainly through the COVID pandemic, is that it's becoming mainstream, which is good for us. A lot of people love the idea of a home-cooked meal, but the reality is we don't always have time. As for you, Mr. Minister, you said you have 15 minutes. Perfect. Our meals take 10 minutes. So you can prepare your meal and go back to your work.
That's what I was thinking when I was getting briefed about the business. I said, "Oh my goodness, this is so interesting! I love it."
Yeah. So most of the new clients that we get are truckers or families or workers that use our products on a regular basis. So it's really neat. We still
also astronauts.
Ah, yeah. Wow, that's that is so funny because at the beginning of the company, we did a lot of outdoor salons and shows and stuff like that. And people were saying, "Oh yeah, I know that. I know this type of food. It's really not really terrible. It's astronaut food or it's the army food." And when they tasted that, they said, "Oh my God, it's really not." And we were saying, "No, it's not astronaut food. It's not army foods." But actually, last year, our food went to the went with our astronauts on the station. Mm-hmm. So it is really fun. Yeah, and we are working with, we have a project with the Army also. So nowadays we cannot say it's not for the Army and it's not.
It's astronaut gastronomy.
Pardon?
It's astronaut gastronomy.
Yes, yes. So we're quite pleased with that. We still, mostly we sell through our website and through outdoor retail stores throughout Canada. And our goal is really to be the reference in freeze-dried foods and ingredients in Canada for either the quality of our products or the quality of our services, our customer service. And in the next 3 years, Happy Yak will maintain and strengthen its leadership in Canada, and we want to take 25% of the U.S. market. So we changed our mind from the part-time job, and in 2017 we turned around our philosophy and we said, okay, now we know we are able to go way farther than what we thought at the beginning, and we believe now that we are really entrepreneurs and that we are able to do what we dream of. We didn't start a company at 50 years old or around that just to make money or to do something like everybody else. So we told ourselves that we needed to give back to the community. So since the beginning, we have a social mission to give back 1% of our gross revenue to organizations that motivate, educate, or protect. One of the reason is that we say that you cannot protect something that you don't like or love, and you cannot love something that you don't know. So we want to bring people outside more and more so they can see how good nature and the environment has an impact on our health. So, so that's what we do. So motivating people to move, to challenge themselves, to recharge their batteries in nature. Education is really to any organization that give information about healthy diet, respect for nature or our planet, or outdoor safety or autonomy and outside. It's really important, and naturally protecting our environment is really important for us. And during COVID, well, a bomb exploded because since our products are really mainly sold through our website and the outdoor retail stores, everything was closed down. So and because we just moved into a new facility, we invested last year more than $1 million into it. And we really, as we say in French, capoté, we lost our mind for a few days and what we will do. And also because we had planned to double our revenues this year, and to start exporting to the States, everything just went outside the window. And so we sat down and we decided to say, okay, stay positive. We have great food. Other people need that. We have a great team with us. We don't want to lay whatever, how do you say that? Lay off. Our employees during the pandemic, so we had to realign our marketing strategies quite fast, and we were quite busy actually during those 3 months. We did daily, as many other people, we did daily meeting to address any social or health change or whatever to our employees. We redirected our sales team towards new markets, convenience stores, grocery stores, army surplus, in order to keep them busy. And we successfully were able to open 10 new stores in categories that we never had before. So it was one little victory that we really enjoyed. We were working on a new website, which we deployed about a month ago. So it's a new website for the Canadian, the rest of Canada, the Quebec market, and also the US market. So we did that. We were also able to target a new market for our products. What they call themselves Canadian preppers. They are people who buy stuff in case of emergency for the next 5 or 10 or 25 years. So we were quite happy that they heard about us. So although in March it really was a big thing, we did a lot of sales with them, April and May, the market was down by less than a third of last year, so it was really scary. But with some advertising that we did with the Canadian preppers and the other markets that we talked about earlier, we were able to pick up the sales. And also a lot of, in Quebec, I don't know for the rest of Canada, and in Quebec, the government really said to people, go out, go in nature, go for, so camping was really a big hit in Quebec. So the sales just pick up from, I would say, the second part of June and July and August. We are really, really busy. So busy that we had to employ other people, but unfortunately, there's a few of them that prefer to be on the PCU in French, or the, I don't know how it's called in English, but that than work.
Yeah.
So it's
J'inviterais peut-être Christine à nous présenter la vidéo qui a été préparée.
Yeah, I know I talk a lot.
No, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Merci.
So you see my office, and this is Guy, my partner. And then we have here our marketing director. We have some stagiaires, Natasha, and we have a finance director that you'll see in a few seconds. So, yeah.
How many employees do you have?
We are 5 in administration, and we are about 15 in total.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the deck. This is where we ship. So you see all those boxes are boxes, products that are ready to be shipped to customers. We have here our inventory where we have all the boxes. And you see Gary here is our sales director for North America, but there were 2 people working in the shipping area, but both of them, one day they just disappeared. We never had any news from them, so it's quite strange. So we had to fill up the, with the team, just give, we worked hand in hand to make sure that the shipping was done correctly. Yeah, this is all products. We have about 30, a little bit more than 30 different products. So
Yeah.
from breakfast to whole meals, vegetarian, no gluten-free, lactose-free, with meat, with shrimp or whatever. This is a place where we prepare our cereals, and we roast our almonds and sesame seeds. This is a process that we use to dry our food. It's a process that, contrary to the regular drying process where you need heat to remove the water from the ingredients, freeze drying, you don't need that because the chamber we remove all the oxygen. So the water in the ingredients will leave, the shells are at 20 degrees Celsius, so at room temperature, and then the water from the ingredient will be removed instantly. So what is really good about this process is that once it's dry, you'll see some samples later on. Those are the labels that we use. So you see some pictures of different foods that we have.
It looks delicious.
It is delicious. You have, this is the risotto, the mandarin beef with the vegetables, the shepherd's pie.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, you have shrimp curry, you have pad thai, you have, it's really, there's something for everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah. Wow.
And it takes only 10 to 15 minutes to prepare. You just need to add boiling water into the bag and it's ready. You can also reheat that or rehydrate that through the with a microwave oven. So if you look here, you have the vegetables that are dry and the raspberries. So if you look at them, once the water is reintroduced into the products, it's really like if it was fresh. So here you see we are doing some chili. So Ariane is weighing all the ingredients, and you have a portioning machine there that is semi-automatic. Because there's one pan that is empty, she couldn't do anything. The other person is putting stuff in there. So already we need another line. This is one line of production, and we are already trying to figure out how much it would cost to have another line and two more freeze dryer, because although we had 2 months that were really, really down, and almost 3 months really down, we were quite busy in December, January, and February. So we are almost at our goal to double our revenue from last year. So we are really, really happy, and we feel blessed because we know that it's not the same thing for other people.
What would be the equipment investment, for example, for an additional line? Like, what's the order of magnitude for something like that?
I started to add up, like a line that you saw for portioning and sealing the bags, and then 2 more freeze dryer. We are up right now to about $400,000.
Okay, right.
So it's quite a lot.
but it also significantly adds to your production capacity, right? I mean, the production capacity helps you drive more sales and meet sort of the demand and so forth, right? So.
Yes, and during the pandemic, we secure a warehouse in Vermont. So when we are waiting. We should get our license to export to the state within the next few days, either a week from now. And then when we start to sell to the States, it's tenfold the size of our market in Canada. So it's sure that we won't be able to sell everything that we want to sell if we don't have the second line. That's for sure.
That is terrific. I mean, what a wonderful story. And as the Minister responsible for international trade, plus small businesses, I mean, you're music to my ears, because it really is. And businesses it's hard anyways. I mean, but I love the story, and I love the story of at this point it's a brand new career, but a career that obviously is a passion career as well, because in fact you are in something that you have always been in, and now it just feels right. It sounds like to me it just feels right that you're in it. So that growth and that stimulus for growth is wonderful, and we'll need to stay connected. I understand you've also taken advantage of the Can Export program, which is helping with that growth. And even for us, like in government, we're looking at ways to support our businesses and our entrepreneurs despite the COVID-19 situation changing. Like, I mean, businesses are not able to get on planes in the same way, to go to trade shows internationally. So we ourselves are also working with businesses and listening to you very directly so that we can adapt, to be sure that we, the way I look at it is government can set the table, and we've got to set the table right. So that, so that the legs are not, wobbly or anything. And if they are, we'll just have to make the leg less wobbly, so that businesses can come in and have a meal. They can have dinner, they can have breakfast, they can have, they can have, but we have to, so we're working. So, throughout COVID-19, I've been working with my partners into like my countries around the world, because Canada also depends on importing products and from around the world, so that the supply chains don't get disrupted, and making sure that that the movement of goods and continue to move despite COVID-19. We are still in a global pandemic, so we're all going to have to still manage through this, but the resilience that I see, that I hear, and my next meeting is with cabinet, so I'm so happy because all of the businesses and Sévrine that you've just put in front of both Rochelle and I, I'm going to walk into that room with a nice hi, and the Prime Minister is going to say, why do you have this this smile? And I'm going to tell him, well, this is why. I mean, these incredible women entrepreneurs who are who have found a way in a time that has been very difficult, but pivoted, but also, like, if I listen to all three of you today, all three businesses are there, and there's a common theme. You're there because it's what you're passionate about, and you sort of say, it's not where I started, it's not where I thought I would be, but I'm exactly where I want to be, and it's the right thing. So so whether it's Tissu Garceau, whether it's Happy Yak, or whether it's the Pouvoirie, like, you're there because you want to be there. Your passion is there, and I'm so grateful that you shared your stories and with me, because believe it or not, I also need the inspiration from you. I draw it from all of you, so I appreciate that so much. And Sévrine, thank you so much, and the work that FEMASA does as well. We need to keep doing this. I couldn't be more proud to be Canadian than I have been today and over the last number of months, because the stories of hardships across the country is one part, and that inspires you to do everything you can to help the businesses across this country, which is, whether it's the small business loan, whether it's the wage subsidy support, or commercial rent support, or our regional relief, emergency, our regional relief fund. I mean, so on the one hand, it's just rolling out. So we are doing exactly what you have. Like, when it hit, it's roll up your sleeves, and, and Canadians needed us. So what did we need to do to work with whoever we needed to work with to help Canadians? And then, once you had a little bit of breathing room, it was okay, but we can now also do things in a little different of a way to be as helpful as we can, and to get Canada where Canada always is. The world wants more Canada. We are respected, we are trusted, we act with integrity, and we have this resilience and this entrepreneurialism. And I see it so much in Quebec, so much in Quebec. So, I can't thank you enough for sharing your time with me today. It's very inspiring, and I'm going to be able to walk into my cabinet meeting now, or very shortly, and tell the Prime Minister and my colleagues just how extraordinary the businesses in Quebec are, especially those led by women. So merci beaucoup, and félicitations.
I just want to add something. From the start of our company, we got help from different part of the government, and without this help, either from FEMASA or Investissement Québec or the DEC, Développement Économique Canada, or, like you said, the different programs for exportation, we wouldn't be here today. So I really want to address a big thanks to everyone, because you trusted us, and we really appreciate that. It's the little, as we say in French, le petit coup de pouce, the little push to help us, and it also says to us that we believe in you, and it's really helpful. So thank you, Sévrine, for your organization, and Canada.
À mon tour de vous remercier, Mary, Rachel, Ben, and Diane. We are so grateful to having been able to present you those passionate, resilient entrepreneurs. We have hundreds of other examples like that with Femmes et Sœurs. So please, anytime you want to meet with inspiring entrepreneurs, we are there to present those to you. Christine, Claudia, Sylvia et Magali, merci d'avoir été des aussi bonnes, excellentes, inspirantes représentantes des femmes entrepreneurs au Québec. Chacune de vos histoires est absolument extraordinaire et mérite d'être racontée. Ce qui sera fait à travers les médias sociaux dans les prochaines semaines. Once again, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for the team for organizing this also. It was really great to have you both here, to have you, all of you, with us this morning. And I already look forward for the next time.
Me too. Me too. Au revoir. Merci beaucoup.
J'espère que vous permettez que je vienne vous visiter peut-être.
Merci. On vous attend.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
À bientôt. Merci encore.